like I'm talking and highest sound effect. That's working. Yep, sound effects are working. That's okay. Right, welcome one and all. So, where were we? You successfully solved the murder at the estate. I've forgotten the name of the chap's estate. Hang on a second.
Banks.
Banks, that's it. And he was. You managed to recruit him as a ripper. He will out. Yeah. Sir William Banks. Yes, he will. In fact, when you set up your own lodge, go with you as your first ripper recruit. So there we go. However, that's all good. Let's have a look at the calendar. Where are we up to? That was the 2nd of March. So let's say it is, make it Monday, the 11th of March, 1895. There we go. So again, obviously, time to rest to recuperate. There's been certain, this being in a big Ripper's Lodge, other groups have been going out, doing missions and stuff. Everything seems quiet, as it has been very much since the Cabal was put down the 18 months or so before, and therefore a lot of the time you have quite a bit of downtime for yourselves. I'm getting off on you. So, you're obviously constantly scanning newspapers and listening to society gossip or rumours. You're going to have to mute Bartholomew. He's just feeding back on me.
Push the top.
Sorry, what?
Every time I talk, Sir Bartholomew is echoing back.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's just it's disconcerting. Where were we? Yes. So basically, in this case, it's very much a case of. It seems to be the case a fair bit of the time. You're just given some orders. You are basically. This one comes down from Jonathan Harker, the husband, obviously, of the current head of the Ripper organization, Mina Harker. He asks, he's basically requesting if you could help in what could be a delicate situation, and therefore this suggests that discretion will be is more required here than sort of going in with some of the other teams who are more action focused. Obviously, the resolution of the Banks affair by yourselves is one of the reasons he's decided to request your assistance. But apparently, it's basically there's a problems and a potential scandal coming up that they really want to investigate and close down. It might not even be of a supernatural nature, but it's very much a case of performing favors for certain individuals. It appears that Prince Harold, he's the 5th son of Princess Helena, the grandson of Queen Victoria, and unfortunately in real life died after 8 days of being born. So here obviously he's a quite healthy 19-year-old boy. He's been spotted in and around London with an unknown lady dressed in what in some Victorian society would decide as a bit scandalous attire. She appears to be of Eastern persuasion, although not doesn't appear to be Chinese. So it's possibly there are rumours that it might well be a princess from Siam, but there's rumours of sort of certain indiscretions happening in public places. But so far, the newspapers, out of respect for the royal family, have not printed anything. However, it now seems that Prince Harold has disappeared at a party in Kensington. Disappeared on Saturday night. It's requested that you find out what's going on, making sure that if it is someone attempting to put pressure on the royal family through this grandson, that it is dealt with in a discreet manner. There you go.
Okay. Before going out, I'll end up packing out my case, and then handing out a couple of devices, telling him to put these on and attach these to put these on your chest somewhere. And I'll hand him some more stuff. Put these near your weapons, that you preferred weapons. And it's like, let us go forth, I guess.
Indeed. Unfortunately, Jonathan is saying all basically no one's appeared to have seen the prince, and the last time he was seen was at a party. But apparently, due to there seems to be something. This is where the concern of the scandal comes from. The problem is Jonathan's been unable to determine the address in Kensington. He just knows that the prince gave an address in Kensington to the coachman. But apparently, once he got there, he was seen to get out of the coach and proceed to promptly walk in the opposite direction to the address he gave. Do some investigation as well. Silence is deafening. Interesting numbers on those dice. Quite subdued with no. So what's everyone going to do?
Well, are we headed out or are we?
It's up to you. This is completely as I say, this is an investigation adventure. You get to investigate and how you want to investigate and where you want to take it.
By persuading people with my guns, I suppose.
Yes. What part of discreet do you not follow?
I can have the gun under my jacket and go, look, if you don't listen to me, I'm gonna fucking pop you in the head with this. Yeah, that's like subtle. Yeah, they see the gun. Yeah, and then Sir Bartholomew goes up and talks to him or something. Yeah,
A scandalous event being associated with someone sort of toting guns on the street of London and committing indiscriminate murders will affect all of your social status. It should be pointed.
We're not just going. They're there in case there's problems and they're needed. They're not there to be the first to be. We're not going to go up, shoot the doors shoot the lock out, and go kicking it in.
Yeah, of course.
After
when persuasion needs a little bit of help, you know, a bullet might persuade people with the threat of a bullet.
Pop-ups are working. Immunity.
Yeah, and if I had immunity, it'd be all right. But... Actually, I think I might have political immunity because I'm American.
No, you're probably you're let's face it, it's Victoria and London. You're probably already looked down as lower class.
But I've got immunity.
Actually, I think Americans there was no problems. I don't think there was that actual problem with Americans, truth be told. Especially because most Americans tended to have a lot of money, didn't they? An awful lot of the British aristocracy would try to marry their sons and daughters off to rich Americans, weren't they? To save their financial destitution.
Were rich, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It might, if I may offer a suggestion, the first thing to do is possibly talk to the coachman that took Prince Harold out on Saturday night.
There we go. Let's talk to the coachman that took Harold out. I'd like to talk to the coachman.
Thank you very
Oh,
much,
good.
Dirty
Yeah.
Pathology 9. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so that's quite straightforward. You just basically need to head over to Buckingham Palace and talk to some of the staff. Obviously, that means getting inside Buckingham Palace first. Actually, I'm joking. I'm not sure where the prince would have lived, truth be told. So let's say, and I don't even know it existed back in 1895. It probably did. So let's say actually you just need to get to Clarence House.
Let's go to Balmoral.
Clarence House is a royal residence of the Mall in the City of London. It was built in 1825 to 1827. So yeah, there you go, Clarence House. You don't have to go to the palace, you just have to go to Clarence House, which is just across the park from the palace. Life a bit on the easier side. Green Park, Buckingham. Yes. My orientation. Where's Clarence House? It's going to on the Mall, isn't it? It's off the Mall. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. So we zoom in a bit. It's Admiralty Arch, that's where the crease is. So therefore, Clarence House on this slightly dodgy map. It's meant to be St James's Square over there. We're going to say Clarence House is technically sort of about there on the map. Make it a bit longer, so it's actually an arrow. It's about there on the map.
Okay.
I do hate it when players. Oh,
So
hang on. There seems to be more than one token. Let's
arrange a coach and go over there.
no problem at all. It's basically it's an uneventful journey. Obviously, it's
Can you guys hear me?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an uneventful journey. It's a brisk spring morning. There's a definite
And I
Christmas.
think I missed
Christmas
the
in the air.
reason he went out last night. What was his trip about?
No, well, he supposedly
I don't think he actually
That-
had one.
he didn't give one.
He was just going out.
He was just going out.
He's a 19-year-old royal in you know. He's obviously off to be decadent somewhere.
Josh, you still there?
I am. Just whinging. I'm just trying.
Well,
Hello? Oh, sorry. I'm talking, Wayne. You can't hear me. Sorry. Hello. I must have I accidentally
Oh,
muted
boy.
myself. I accidentally muted myself without realizing. I do apologize. Yep. So it's as I say, it's a nice crisp March morning. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. The morning sort of dew was slightly frosted. There's not a cloud in the sky. Just the slight yellowing of the smog is just is starting to form from all the fires burning, all the coal fires burning across London. You get to Clarence House without issue with the Hansom cab, and it's a quick walk through the park. There's other people that are already out enjoying the open air of the park, and you rock up to the servants' entrance at Clarence House.
I guess I knock on the door.
Certainly. The doors.
ABC. We're here to see if you're paying your TV license.
The a well dressed footman opens the door, and his rather clipped English voice, although you do get the distinct impression that there is an Irish accent being subdued as he talks. Basically, says, welcomes you with a good morning and inquires how he can be of assistance.
We've been sent down to ask to look into certain matters. If we could step inside and get off the street so we may have more privacy with a German accent.
Which is okay because the royal family all have German accents at this. Well, most of the royal family have German accents at this point in history. He goes, oh yes, and he brings you all into the sort of a porch area and shuts the door and says, "How may I direct? To whom do you wish to speak?"
The coachman, and then that was working. I'm sorry. When did he go disappearing?
Saturday night. It's Monday morning now.
Okay, yes, the coachman who took what's his name?
Harold.
Prince Harold out on Saturday night.
It's Harold, I suppose. Actually,
And anyone else
it
who
would
might have
obviously.
any information about the situation.
Indeed, at this point, you hear a distinctly more precise sounding voice going, "As it appears," and a rather portly gentleman with a fine handlebar moustache wanders over. He appears to be dressed as that of a head butler, and his sort of spluttered stuff. He goes, "No, I can still hear your accent. You need to work on it. Be gone." He goes, "How may I assist you, gentlemen? I think I heard you mentioning the prince's name."
Yes, we've certain peoples have asked for favors from us to investigate the tardy Prince Harold.
You're Jonathan Harker's people. Yes, I see.
Yeah.
Yes, I see. I understand now. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Edmund Hurd. I am head butler here. Yes, indeed. I shall summon Harris Connor, the coachman, immediately, and he calls out, "Piers." Piers comes running back. He goes, "Go find Harris. He's probably out tending to the horses." And with that, Piers runs out back to the stables, and after a few minutes' wait, another gentleman's brought in.
Since we've got him here,
Yes.
We weren't told why he was going out, right? Just rumors about why he was going out.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we got butlers so there's some inaccuracies in the information we were provided with, uncertainties, I should say. Uncertainties. Could you tell us why Prince Harold was going out and where he said he and such?
Well, as I say, the prince, being of a certain age, is obviously is much want to spend much of his time socialising around London and I understand that he was said he gave the address to a friend of his, a Lord Lambert in Kensington. So what Harris said, he dropped the person off there. However, the prince said thanked him and said, "Be on your way. I'm just take a breath. I'll just have quick smoke out here before I go in." And then, as the coachman headed round the corner, he glanced back to make sure the prince was okay, and saw the prince walking off in the opposite direction, deeper into Kensington.
Okay.
Um, and that was, but alas, the prince has not returned. Normally, it is not unusual, obviously, for the prince being a young man and having adventurous excursions, as it were, has been known to be out for a night, but he's usually always back in time for Sunday services. His mother is most correct about that. The Sunday services must be attended. For the prince not to turn up was a concern. When obviously we sent went over to Lord Lambert's residence, he said that he was expecting to meet Prince Harold that night, but he never actually arrived. At this point, Piers, the footman, arrives with Harris, the coachman, who basically again corroborates pretty much the same thing that Edmund just told you, because obviously he's reported it back. But obviously, if there's any particular questions or any more information you wish to get from the coachman, now's the chance to do so, because of course he will have. He might not have told everything to the head butler. Maybe he did, you don't know. Sometimes you get the ideas that, certain secrets and all that.
Yep, we'll ask for some privacy from the butler while we're interrogating him.
Okie doke. I'd say I'm terrible with accents, so I'm not going to even attempt it. But the coachman has a bit of more of a sort of working class level of voice when talking to you. However, when he was talking to the butler, you did notice that he did put on a slightly more professional tone. Once the Edmund shows you through to his room, his office, as it were, and closes the door, and you hear him walking away. Harris is standing there looking at the five of you staring back at him, looking a little concerned. That's probably just because he's outnumbered.
Not really a social person, so somebody else probably wants to try and interrogate him.
Is interrogate truly the right word there? Because that may end up with Tom just pulling guns on him.
Yeah, I thought we just wanted to ask some questions.
A bit of pressure wouldn't be out of place.
Indeed.
Not saying to pull weapons or threaten harm, just
obviously persuasion or intimidation are your options here, of course.
Well, I could always turn into a werewolf. That would be intimidating.
not really the.
No, I'm kidding. I don't think that's the tact we want to take.
Wie geht's, meine Freunde?
Look, I got no intimidation and a D4 in persuasion. So trust me, at this point, it's like somebody else should question him unless you want me to.
I'm happy to
Probably
talk
talk it
to.
up.
I'm happy to talk with him.
I'll look at somebody who actually, likes to talk.
Yeah, well,
Okay. Okay.
I got
Aldous,
nowhere.
Aldous, after talking to him for a little while, all you get out of him is the same story that you got from the butler. Whether he's actually lying or withholding information, you can't discern.
I'm gonna
Sir
do that
Bartholomew.
thing with my gun. Tapping the gun. Intimidation support roll.
What can you tell us about how things went with the prince when you last saw him?
Who's that talking? Because it's super quiet.
Okay, Franz is
me.
talking.
There you go.
Yeah,
Gianni.
it's France.
Franz, that's
Franz is
okay.
very quiet. So I'm going to turn him up.
Franz is at 99.
Emily, you know you always turn me up.
Ugh.
For some reason you're on. I don't know. Maybe I'll put you up to 110. See what it sounds like.
Yeah, I've just put Franz up to 110. So,
Billig in the Slidey Coast did Gyre and Gimble in the Wabe. Oh, Mimsy with the Borogroves.
That's it. You win. There you go.
yeah, it's nice to see the pop-ups working again, and always hear a bit of Jabberwocky as well. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so it goes. Well, yes, of it. The prince has taken me out on. The prince has gone out on a number of occasions, and has always requested my discretion on his where I actually take him. Normally, obviously, we will end up at the address he states, but normally we'll head somewhere else first. And it's always been a different address, and usually to pick up the same lady. But as I say, this wasn't the case last night, on Saturday night. Here, for this time, he basically got me to drop him off, and as I headed off, I did see him stop on the corner of the square where there was a flower lady selling flowers. He did buy some flowers from her, and there seemed to be some conversation. But that's as I was turning round the corner, and that's all I saw, I'm afraid. Obviously, I was supposed to collect the prince from Lord Lambert's residence early on Sunday morning to get him back in time to wash and freshen up for church services. But as I say, when I arrived there, they insisted that the prince had not visited the night before, which is when obviously I went straight to Edmund and explained the situation.
Danke.
So all through that, it should be pointed, he kept looking at Toby, who seemed to be sort of sitting in the head butler's chair, sort of cleaning a gun. And he's obviously kept glancing at him and then back to you, and getting more and more nervous as time went on. But you get the distinct impression that he told all he saw.
I'm going to try and read the head butler's mind.
The head butler, okay? You'll have to... the head butler's not there, but you can, of course, bring him back in if you want to talk to him.
Oh, no, the guy he keeps glancing at. I thought he was the head butler.
No. Tom was sitting in the head butler's desk playing with his gun.
Yeah. I know it's in his head. America, fuck yeah.
American Team Police. I only watched that this year. There we go.
Hi. Well, do we have actionable information here, guys?
Well, I think we need to. I think that we are needing to go and look at this location to see what is happening there.
This sounds good. Yeah. We can't do yet.
No problem. So
did he give us the address for that lady?
He always picked the lady up from a different address, is what the coachman says. It was never the
What's
same
that in-
location.
But it was the same lady each time, yes? Can you describe her for us?
Ask him for all. I get him to list as accurately as he can all of those addresses. Because
Basically, he gives you a number of addresses. They appear to be mostly public addresses. When I mean public, public buildings. Be it, but a couple of times it would have been. Where's the map? Let's have a look. Let's give you some pointers. The Alhambra Music Hall. In Alhambra Music Hall. I don't know what that's really meant to say, but it looks like Alhambra Music Hall. Basically, another time it was at the British Museum. And another time it was another time it was. I didn't mean to do that, did I? The music hall. Another time it was the British Museum. Another time it was Gray's Inn. Another time it was Lincoln's Inn. Once actually it was from outside. I can't see. I've lost my train of reference. I've lost my way around London. Hang on. One I can't remember where it is. It is on London right now, but the other time was the Royal Albert Hall, actually, which probably doesn't exist yet because he might not have died. So let's forget that one. Westminster Abbey. Why not? Westminster Abbey. There we go. Actually, he probably has died by now. No, Albert, he's probably dead by now because Queen's going to die in 6 years. So, yeah, since the opening in 1871, and the Royal Albert Hall then as well. It opened in 1871, so the Royal Albert Hall does exist.
I'm sorry, can you share that map again? Because it's not the old one and it's disappeared.
Sorry, I unpinned it I unshared it by mistake. I do apologise.
No, I mean literally the shortcut to it was not working.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I shortcutted it. It was open earlier, but
I
could not find it.
Just found the Albert Hall. I knew it was near Hyde Park. I just couldn't see it for looking. There you go.
And where is Kensington on here?
I'm trying to think what it would be in Kensington back then. Kensington is over here. I'll draw a nice long arrow away from it.
Did you just push the map again?
Yes.
Okay, that's what happened. I was in another window. I already had it open, but I got you.
Yeah.
And where did he?
And that when you do that, it changes the map settings. That's all. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Where did the map coachman show up? And drop him off over there in Kensington.
We'll say Lord. Oh yeah. I forgot about pings.
You forget about ping, didn't you?
Is there a shortcut for pings?
It's at the top of the hot bar. Yeah.
Yeah, but
there is a button you press, I think, but I can't remember what it was.
No, because obviously this map was obviously shared, and before 4.5, the little icons were missing, so I didn't actually have the ping icons. So okay, yeah. So obviously you left from here. There you go, and we're going to say that basically, it was off the Brompton Road that the guy was. It was here that he was dropped off. Who's doing the orange pings just to confuse things?
Huh?
Come on, get pinging.
I've got immunity.
Everyone, get your pigs out the way now. Just enjoy your pigs. Get them out of your system.
The Bartholomew. Oh, there's Aldous now.
How can you tell?
The colour.
The colour of the pings will give it away.
I gotta change my color to Tommy's color and then just
My favorite Lovecraft story.
go crazy.
I
Anyway,
changed my colour to your colour, then no one will know who's who. Yeah, and Tone will be Aldous, and Aldous would have taken too much LSD, which is what it's all about anyway.
right. Okay. So basically, yeah.
Color of
All
the
right,
pings
so I
out in
guess
space.
let's
Bunch of
go
kids
see if we
sometimes.
can find that flower lady.
Okie dokie. Yeah, obviously. Good. 2 in 1 day. How? Thank you, Bulbous Mahoggy.
Right
Okay.
off.
Oh, you
Just to
went
let you
bye-bye.
know, if you think the players deserve bennies, just type "let the bennies flow" in the chat, and I give them bennies because they complain I'm stingy. Right. It's basically hailing down another Hanson Cabot is relatively quick and easy, and travelling across London is it's quiet at the moment, so it doesn't take you long to get to square in Kensington that Lord Lambert's residence is at. As you pull up into the square, you do notice on the corner, exactly where Connor said there is a flower lady. All the flowers arranged before her.
Pay the cab driver, give Tommy a bit of extra money to give her a tip, and I was like, see if you can find out what she knows or what she remembers from Saturday night.
I tell you what, I did.
Liza Doolittle.
I forgot. Someone did ask something, and because we got distracted with another question, I did forget. The coachman did hear on a couple of occasions the name of the woman in question. That Prince Harold was picking up from different places of London, and that was I can't even pronounce that one, truth be told. But Vanida Sohana. You do you're not sure why, but you do think you recognise the surname. Sohana, yeah. You're not sure where you've heard it from, but probably. I think it's quite possible that a couple of you have heard the name in the past. But anyway, you should have 3. So yeah, it's quite a nice square in Kensington. As I say, the houses are all around the outside. There appears to be a small park area in the middle of the square. Private gardens for this particular square. The biggest and most impressive house in the square is the one that you understand to belong to Lord Lambert. And as I say, on the corner, heading northwards away from the Brompton Road, therefore towards if you've still got the map open, heading up that road that ultimately leads up to Kensington Road and Holland Park, is basically where the flower girl is.
Like I said, we'll have Aldous or Tommy go up and talk to her.
Well, what do I want to talk to her about?
To ask about
Yeah,
the
I don't know
prince.
what to really say to her at this point.
Yeah, say we're looking for a young gentleman that
You do know what time he was dropped off. I will say it was 8 o'clock at the night, Saturday.
Saturday
No.
night, 8 o'clock. But coachman said he was stopped to get some flowers for me and talk with you a little bit. So I was hoping that you might remember something.
Okay, so I say that.
Yeah, I mean, who's got
Indeed.
the persuasion? I've got a 4 persuasion, so yeah, I mean, I don't want to intimidate some poor young girl. Can try and support him, Started smiling or something.
In her best Eliza Doolittle
Yeah,
impersonation.
the smile worked. I winked at her.
in her best. Oops.
Very popular.
Nice St. Patrick's Day dice.
Yeah, indeed. In her best Eliza Doolittle impersonation, she basically says, oh, sort of like, oh, yeah, I remember him. He was right posh, he was. Had a slight accent, couldn't place. Weirdest thing, though, he was asking me about if I had any flowers from Siam. I said, I didn't. I said, as far as I knew, they all came from Covent Garden. Which he laughed, and he bought her a dozen red roses. It was very lucrative for me, and then he just went wandering off.
Where did he wander off to?
And she points down there. She points that way, down the street, as it were, and says that's when the coach pulled up and they bundled him inside it.
You say a coach pulled up and picked him
Wait,
up?
they bundled him inside it? You mean that they took him?
Yeah,
the coach pulled up alongside him and then slowed down to go at the same speed as him. And then from a side street, these blokes came out. They just grabbed him, shoved him in the coach, and off they went.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the headline news, not about how you've sold flowers. You see, we're concerned about his health, and it's nice that he bought flowers from you, but seriously? You wait to tell us?
Well, we did ask about her interactions with the prince.
You can't just immediately jump to the end of the story. You should, allow. But did you notice anything particular about this cab? Anything defining or what direction it went in?
Yeah, I'd say it's weirdest thing. I've not seen a Hansom cab pulled by two horses. They usually only got one. Both the horses were white as chalk. It was weirdest thing, and the two people that grabbed him, they were strange as well. They looked like they were dressed in bed linens.
Interesting.
The clan has infiltrated England? Das ist nicht richtig.
I did hear one more thing, and that was the Brotherhood of Zachariah, I should say. Brotherhood of Zachariah has they were shouting something about the Brotherhood of Zachariah. And as the prince was bungled in, he appeared to be laughing. Weirdest thing, as I say, in the end though, when it all seemed over, I wandered up there and picked up the dozen roses and brought them back.
Did you sell them again?
And just like a smart businesswoman, of course she sold them again.
She goes, unfortunately, no one else bought them, but they're wilting now, but I'm holding on to them in case he comes back. He seemed nice. Unless you, of course, want to buy them.
Nah, but we will give her a tip.
No problem at all. I think, okay. Unfortunately, at this point, of course, it looks like your investigation has hit a dead end. Obviously, there must be other things and other ways of finding information you could
We must
possibly
do
use.
some research on the Brotherhood of.
Did she see which direction they went?
Oh, that's a
I did ask that.
question, isn't it? That's a very good question. They headed down Cromwell Road.
Okay.
Right now we've got that out of the way. I can read the text that came with your award of bennies. Under the strain of continuing pending doom, and by the sleeplessness to which I am now condemned myself, even beyond what I had thought possible to man, I became in my own person a creature eaten up and emptied by fever, languidly weak both in body and mind, and solely occupied by one thought: the bennies must flow. Says Tavis.
Where's that from?
With apologies to Robert Louis Stevenson.
Is that
So-
what from
Apparently. There we go. So,
the one where he's stranded on the? What's the name of that?
I recognise it.
Treasure
Yeah,
Island.
yeah. It may well be. I recognise it. I couldn't tell you where from though. But anyway, what's the plan? I think that's what you already said.
Yes, we need to do some research on a Brotherhood of a Zachariah.
That would be something that can be done, but I would
Time to
might
ban
get
someone.
a bit more luck. Might have a bit more luck tracking that cab. I would want to head down to like Cromwell Road and check some of the shops that would have been open on Saturday night to see if they remember seeing it.
It certainly can. Yes, a couple. Sorry, I was dealing with some stupid spegging advertising bollocking rubbish. So anyway, sorted that one. Okay. Yes, a couple of shops down on Cromwell Road. It's from the strange tale of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Apparently, there we go.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
I wasn't supposed to tell you that. You were supposed to work it out and get a Benny, but it doesn't matter. I just realised.
I knew I said that already. You must have not heard me on the mic.
Oh, obviously, obviously, I'm going to give you one for the sheer bald-faced lying there.
What are you trying to say? I'm talking bollocks.
That never happens.
The ones he's done previously was Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Raven. I think we picked up the Raven. Okay, yes, no, a couple of people did see it. They do. One of them does recall that they have seen the coach around here more than on one occasion. Although apparently when the coach went by, they commented on it, and it was commented that that coach is more. One of the person in the shop said that he normally sees that coach around Soho area. But anyway.
Where's Soho?
King time.
So not far from where our lodge is. So not far from where our lodge is.
Indeed.
All right. Let's just some of us go ask around Soho, and some of us go do research on this Brotherhood and this Juanita.
Sounds like a plan. Who's doing what?
I'll go to Soho.
Fancy going to Soho's.
We're doing this. I have no idea where we're going to go. Let's find out together.
Well, just as long as we're not going to Chelsea.
Might as
wanna go to Chelsea.
might wake up in the doorway.
Woke up in the Soho doorway.
How many arrows have you got on this map?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I see one there, one there, one there, one there.
That's
I can
Oh,
put
God.
some more.
I'll get rid of them because they're.
The arrows seem to just be persistent, don't they?
Well, no, that was because that was basically you asking where the guide picked up the girl from. The implication was I'm trying to say is it was never the same place and it was always in a public place, so therefore not giving you any idea of a residence is the point I was trying to. It was the implication there. So okay, who's hitting the books or doing the research, going back and going papers, and you can obviously you've got a number of options there. Obviously, you do have archives back at the lodge, but likewise, obviously, the British Museum does have does keep copies of numerous books. So, I can't remember what it's
I
called.
do believe that I am best served doing the research.
I'll do
British
some-
Museum
I'll do
Library,
some
isn't it?
research, too.
Yeah. Of course, it's just the British Museum Library.
It's more of my what's the word? Ballywick.
And some of you heading to Ho-Ho. Okie dokie. So, who wants to do their research roles first, or their obviously if you're going down Soho, that will be networking. Networking being research, persuasion, or so. Sir Bartholomew and Franz, obviously, what are you researching? With that role, what were you trying to find information about?
This Brotherhood of
Zachariah. Okay.
I'm actually gonna do research on the flowers from Siam and if it's possible to use flowers to drug somebody.
Yeah, that'd be Poppy.
Poppy seeds, isn't it? Opium. I was just thinking.
Yeah, but well, no, I'm just saying no. From
I know.
Like puts drugs on flowers because he was laughing when he was kidnapped, right?
Yes.
Well, he was laughing at a street girl having Siamese flowers. He was kind of laughing at his own little joke, I thought.
No, he was not. No, he asked it. He asked the flower girl if any of the flowers came from Siam, Thailand, obviously nowadays, but Siam back then. And obviously, she said no. As far as she knows, they all come from Covent Garden, which is what he found funny. Later, when he was abducted, he was laughing.
I guess it could have been about that, but
is what she told you. But how you wish to interpret it, of course, yes.
All right. That's what I'm going to research.
Okie dokie. Well, in that case, you will.
Tatsuya is actually going to go ahead and buy those flowers from her.
The roses.
Yeah, the roses. Going to buy the roses from her, so that our scientist person can do some research on those. See if he can
Okay.
find anything on them.
What you find, you get some information about. I'm not even going to attempt the Latin pronunciation, but they're also called Siam tulips or summer tulips. And that was that. Bartholomew, you were looking up the sons of Zachariah, did you say? No, I've lost my track of. Sons of Zachariah. Researching on that, you find nothing in any of your books about cultists or anything else. And as I say, flowers that are unique to Siam, you find some information about that. It doesn't appear to have any known drug use or anything like that. It can grow. It's a perennial herb growing up to a height of 2 feet.
Hmm. 2 feet. It's interesting.
Is that the stinky flower?
No, is the honest answer.
The one that smells like crap is about 2 or 3 feet high, isn't it?
Stench rose.
The one that attracts flies. The stench flower. Lovely smell.
Yeah, I know the one. I'm joking about stench rose. I just remember a rose by any other name would still smell as sweet, and someone said, "What? Even if it was called the stench rose?" I remember where that was from. So. Anyway, there you are. Look, let's share with players. Oh, shared assets. Okay, I never knew you could do that. That's a new one. That isn't what I intended to do, but anyway. There's a new option to share with players, but I don't know what it does. But there you are. There's a picture of a Siam tulip.
You have an asset window of shared stuff that you can put.
Right. Okay.
That's shared as well, quicker.
Fair enough.
You find all the stuff that's been shared with you much faster.
Fine. Anyway, there's a picture of a cyan tulip. That's just found in Wiki.
So you've got a little button down on the bottom of images. There's a button that says all, and if you click on it, it takes you to the shared ones. For players.
They've obviously put a lot of bits in lately. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Filter by sharing mode. Yes, I see. Okay. I saw a persuasion roll.
That was Aldous looking around. I posted it in the thing.
I'm just looking for a dealer who might know about the events. Okay. If they were big in.
You're persuading or knocking heads. This is the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Aldous might be looking for product, but yeah.
Tatsuya will also ask around to see what he can learn.
I'm going to say it's probably going to be. Well, I mean, obviously, the drugs in the 1890s were, the most popular ones would have been cocaine, laudanum, cannabis, and opium. Whether any is really sort of particularly associated, whether if any of those are particularly associated with Siam, I would say is
Probably opium,
yeah, but I wouldn't say they're necessarily associated with Siam. As far as anyone's concerned in England, it all comes from the Orient, doesn't it? Which means the whole eastern side, not meaning necessarily just China. As far as I think you'll find, as far as the average person would be concerned back then, the Orient would have been Malaysia, Thailand, everything.
Well,
yeah.
From what I understand, some people prefer and look for, different strands of stuff and are
Yeah,
aware of where
indeed,
certain things might be grown and
indeed.
cultivated.
There may
So
well be.
that.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. There may well be specialists out there uh, along those lines, but with that, I'm afraid you didn't find any there.
Connoisseurs as
Exactly,
you
yes.
know.
Unfortunately, you do ask around, but unfortunately, you didn't find anyone who was pertinent to that level of information. Now, Tatsuya, you got a 15. What were you up to?
I'm just going to go and being mean and intimidating and asking the same kind of. But obviously, I'm not very good at that. But I might waste a penny on it to see what I get.
You need to tell me what you're intimidating and asking for.
You're not as scary as you think you are.
So, Tatsuya, what was your 15 persuasion for?
I was also doing some networking, seeing what I could find out about. The Brotherhood or.
Okay, the Brotherhood of
Or
Zachariah.
the coach. Brotherhood of Zachariah or the coach or anything.
The coach. Yes, basically, there's in the last few months, there's this Hanson cab that's been modified to have 2 horses pulling it for extra speed. Apparently, the common thing is, and that people that people dressed in bed linens, or something similar, are always seen sort of pouring in and out of it. They always appear to be grabbing some young male of social upper class and bungling him into the coach. And then the coach has been seen stopping mostly in and around. I'll need a street name. Hang on a second. In and around. Oh damn! I went in too far. Barnaby Street, actually. I forgot that was in Soho. That would be good. I don't know if it existed back then, but whatever it was back then. And that seems to be the place. Yeah. First appearing in rate books in 1687. Yeah, Carnaby Street exists. There you go. So yeah, it would appear that they then seem to be other people have seen people being bundled out of a coach into a building in Carnaby Street that is basically but instead of the actual building main, they just seem to be bundled down a set of stairs to the basement. And obviously with a 15, you're able to ascertain a fairly accurate address. Is anyone doing any research on woman's name? Because I know someone talked about investigating Wanaba. Wanidar, I should say.
Me.
Yep.
I figured.
That's
fine. Yeah, you basically find it. You actually find her in Who's Who, as it were. Wanidar Soba is the daughter of Savasti Sabahana, son of is the 60th child of the King Monkut of Siam. She is the 46th child so she's her father's 46th child, and her father is the 60th son of the King of Siam. Yeah, apparently she disappeared. You got the raise. She disappeared 2 years ago. Hasn't been seen since in anywhere in the world, as it were. Obviously in Siam. She disappeared from Siam 2 years ago, I will say. So
Mm.
what you got here, you've got an address. Let's say, oh dear, that didn't work. Let's me try that again.
The heck?
And then, as I say, yeah,
Did you find out anything more about the Brotherhood of Zachariah? Besides
you've not found anything anywhere in any of your books of cults or anything like that. Whatever, there's all sorts of cults and things in there. You've found nothing at all on the Brotherhood of Zachariah.
In all honestly, I'm not necessarily looking. I'm looking more like the newspapers and modern day stuff because
Yeah, no, that's understood. I'm assuming it was a broad search, and you don't find anything. Hello, Rigger.
no, since the guy was laughing when he got grabbed, I'm figuring it's some kind of noble lark, bunch of young noblemen with nothing better to do with their time.
I'm going based on the fact you couldn't find anything written in any of the historic, in the cultist books or anything like that, and likewise there's nothing showing up in the papers other than some strange stories about the Hanson Club riding around the streets of London with people dressed in linens. That's the only thing you come up with, but no time is the Brotherhood of Zachariah mentioned. I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But based on the information you've got and the description, you are most probably correct in your deduction about what you think it may well be, what's going on, as it were. But you do have an address for where they supposedly took, well, where they take people, or I've been seen unloading people, so that's a good spot to head to.
Yeah, and that's where Tatsuya is going to go. He's going to kind of stake out that building a little bit, see what kind of traffic is in and out.
Certainly.
We'll meet up again after doing our research, and I'll head there probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll assume you're all meeting up on 17 Carnegie Street. Or, not at it, but somewhere you can observe it. As I say, it's probably about mid-afternoon by this point. There seems to be quite a bit of coming and going into the building by the time you've all got there. Tatsuya, obviously, you've been there longest. It would appear that there's been some carts turning up, and they basically what appears to be broken furniture and other items are being sort of loaded up into the cart and taken away. And then later in the day, other carts are arriving with what looks like good quality furniture, and that's being carried down the steps into the building. But other than that, it seems very quiet.
They are obviously very rough on the furniture.
That makes me laugh.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, as I say,
So what do we know about the white bods now then? The people in the white shirts or whatever they're called.
you haven't seen any of them, but you're outside where you believe they're based.
Is it daytime or nighttime? Are we going to sneak in?
Mid-afternoon. It's mid-afternoon. No one so far. Tatsuya has only been observing from a distance.
I'm going to be observing from a further distance than Tatsui because I know he's more sneaky than I am. Little Chinaman that he is.
Oh, I'm probably just like sitting at a cafe or something down the street.
Well, as I
What
say,
are we going to do? We're going to meet up and tell everyone what we've discovered, or
oh, you've all met up. You've all met up. You've all found each other. You're all on Carnaby Street, and Tetsuya's explained how he's seen broken furniture being taken out earlier in the day, and now replacement furniture being taken in.
There's some kind of party going on in there, or they've got something tough and strong that breaks furniture.
So not all necessarily supernatural.
At night.
You can wait till the evening, or you can pop in there now. It's up to you. I mean, if any of you want to sort of pass for working class, now's probably a good time because they're obviously taking deliveries. But obviously, otherwise, you can always wait till this evening and see what happens.
Yeah, Tatsuya's going to go and try and blend in. I'm one of those foreigners that's doing labor to get through in life.
Indeed. Okay, you walk up to the property and down the steps. Make a notice check. It's quite faded, but there seems to be something sort of etched into the door, not to be sort of highly noticeable and blatant, but it is there, and it does basically. It seems to say. It says, "All hail the last man."
Okay.
As you go inside, as you wander in, basically there's a rough-talking individual says, "You here to do the woodwork?"
Yes, that is very true.
Ah, good. The staircase needs repairing. As you look in, it appears that this place is in quite a state of distress. You can see there's a couple of people that are obviously mopping the floors. It does appear to be the water seems to be slightly pinkish in colour as they're mopping up the stains on the floor. Likewise, as you look to where they pointed, the staircase does appear to have, sort of all the individual wooden banisters, down the staircase do appear to be sort of very much broken. The stairs themselves are intact. It just looks like it looks like somebody went through banisters. And as say, looking around, you can't see anyone that noticeably appears to be in charge other than this foreman that's just there. So.
Okay. Does it look like these are newer banisters that have been broken, like they've been replaced before, and now I'm replacing them again, or?
No, it looks like they were quite old and functional. They weren't ornate, but judging.
No.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, we're talking just like it's obviously just a sort of functional set of stairs. But as you start removing the wood and looking at it, you get the distinct impression this banister has been here for quite some time. You don't get the impression that it's people who make a habit of breaking banisters in this place.
Just furniture. Okay, got it.
Indeed, as you look around, you can start seeing the telltale signs, as you say, what appears to be the mopping up of something that's turning the water pink on the floor. and other things. You get the distinct impression that there's something very violent happened in here recently.
Is there any blue blood on the floor?
Alas, no, it all appears to be sort of brown, red in colour. Obviously brown now because it's dried, but yeah, it's definitely looks like some blood was spilt in here.
Okay. I will go ahead and continue working on the banister. I'm going to purposely work a little on the slow side. Not obviously, but
No.
I want to take a little bit of time and kind of see anybody else come in, anybody else go out, that kind of thing.
Okie dokie. What's everyone else up to? Tatsuya's walked in there and hasn't come back out. He's obviously explained what he was planning to do, but he's obviously infiltrated. What do the rest of you want to do?
I'll go with Tatsu.
You are my manual labor. You carry the stuff back and forth, yes?
No.
I have to do that, boss.
Okay, so it sounds like three of you are going in. That's fine. You're all working on the banister together.
Carrying stuff around.
Yep. That's all good stuff. So, after a few hours, those that are outside, you notice a Hansom cab pulling up outside. It's a normal Hansom cab, but a well-dressed, young but well-dressed gentleman pays the cab and walks down the steps into the place. And of those that are outside, obviously that's all you see. But from inside this, you see this well-dressed young man, probably in his mid-20s, actually, so probably not that young to me these days. Basically, talking to the foreman, who seems to be insisting that everything's going well and they should be finished by tonight. The man obviously pays the foreman and starts heading back up the stairs. Disconnected there.
Back up the stairs, is it heading out or back up the
Yes,
stairs?
Back up the stairs as if heading out. Obviously, having paid the foreman, and he's heading up the stairs. And from the from outside, you see. Yes, thank you. I just had a total mind melt. From the perspective from those outside, you just see the guy coming back outside. And he looks like he's preparing to hail another cab. What to do?
Need to run him down.
Do we recognize him?
You can make a common knowledge check. So Bartholomew most certainly doesn't, I'm afraid. Aldous. Aldous. Yes. Are you outside or inside? Doesn't really matter. You reckon that was
Oh shit, I've been on mute. I said that I was inside with those guys. Sorry. I was
Okay.
going into work too.
Certainly. Oh gosh. Come on. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's who you think it is.
You sent it to the wrong person.
No, I just put it in the chat for obvious reasons because I know well, someone's keeping notes, so they've got the details. Son of Richard Plantagenet Campbell, Temple, Nugent, Bridges, Chandos, Granville, 3rd Duke of Buckinghamshire, and Chandos.
Definitely sounds like he needs.
What are you saying? I don't take notes?
No, I wasn't saying that at all.
Take notes. He's just saying that whoever's doing it, well done. Here's some more information.
Yeah, no, I know.
Sure. who was outside with me? Aldous and Tatsuya went in, so that leaves Franz and Tom outside.
I think it's just you and I think it's just Franz and Sir Bartholomew outside. I think Aldous, Tatsuya, and Tom went inside.
All right, I'll bring Franz along, and we will catch that cab. We'll loiter nearby while this punk is waiting for a cab. We'll let him get in first, and as it starts to move, we will intrude.
Okie dokie. Okay, as it starts to move off, let's have some athletics for your attempt to intrude then.
My athletics to intrude include a 5er.
Okay.
That gets me a bonus from the
That's a lot
driver.
of money back in the old days.
That was
I'm
an
gonna
awful lot
boost
of money.
this-
Sorry, I misunderstood. If you're doing that, then there's no problem at all. If you do it that way, no problem at all. If you're going to spend if you're going to basically give the man sort of more than
Well, 5
multiple years' wages, that's fine by me.
I'll
which
then
is fine.
like a 1 or something. I'm sorry, I don't know what the math. Enough to get him to stop that it's not enough that he'll slow down to let us on.
Probably a full pound note.
Okay, a 1er then.
One
And
quid.
then we will intrude.
Wouldn't that
sit
be a
down
quid?
across? I don't care. Spend a little bit of- okay?
I don't know when it started being called a quid, if I'm honest. Okay. What's 6? 4, 7, 8.33 divided by.
When did you quit calling it that?
Oh, God's sake. Okay, £5 is approximately
Quid pro
800.
quo.
5 quid. 5 quid. So £5 in 1895 is approximately 824 quid.
Which means nothing
Pounds?
to me.
824 pounds.
Which is about $1,000.
Eight,
So
US.
about 900 euro.
a £1. So for the sake of
Never mind.
argument, £1 is
Exactly.
165 quid pounds today.
Never mind.
It's okay. Well, the point I'm
It
trying to
makes it
say is,
complicated.
if you're bribing the Hanson cab driver £165, he's not going anywhere. If you bribe him
Never mind, I just- I
£125, he's probably yours for life. Personal Hanson cab driver, I mean. At the end of the day, the easiest way to
Pound
do
is
it,
still a good one. £1 is enough.
at the end of the day, if the easiest way to do it in pure terms of Savage Worlds, £1 is 100 Savage World dollars. That's the easiest way to do it, because a character in Savage Worlds gets $500 to buy equipment. In Rippers, you get £5. So if you assume every pound is $100, that's the easiest way to pretend in Savage Worlds, in the world of Savage Worlds, as it were. Okay.
Wait,
So,
what?
well, if
What
you
did you say?
in a Savage Worlds conversion system, £1 is 100 Savage World dollars,
Ah, gotcha.
because you get $500, don't you, to buy equipment in the average Savage Worlds game, and in Rippers you get £5. So that's the easiest way to do it. So basically, multiply by 100 any amount of money you want to give is the easiest way to do it. So, yeah. The young man inside is going, drive, the most ridiculous of posh voices, going, driver, move on, as obviously the driver's just waiting patiently to allow you to open the cab and step inside. He goes, who the devil do you think you are?
Our name isn't important. However, the task we are on is important. So let's sit back down and let's have a polite conversation.
Man, you're going to rob me in broad daylight in the streets of London, is that it?
I'm not robbing you. I said we're having a conversation. Was I misspeaking? Conversation. That means talking.
See, and what are we talking about?
A missing young man of some note. His
I am.
family is quite worried when he did not show up to an important family event the next day.
Would you like to make notice checks? Anyone who's in the cab, which I believe is Franz and Sir Bartholomew. Don't worry, there's bonuses before you re-roll because he's terrible. He's got a terrible poker face. It was really down to whether you critically failed or not. Franz, obviously, you're not sure, but Sir Bartholomew, you definitely pick up a sudden look of shock and guilt flashing across this young man's face before he attempts to compose himself again and going, I have no idea of what you're talking about. I merely am just basically here because the cab driver, the previous cab driver dropped me off at the wrong location. Sometimes. This one isn't even going anywhere. He's still sitting.
Going. I told him.
Okay, he's going, is he? He's going, yeah. Okay.
Yes. We're going on a ride and having a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Did you change the destination or you letting the cab driver take him where he's originally going? That's fine. You notice you're heading out of Soho towards Piccadilly, and you're heading to Knightsbridge. Reckon?
Which means like nothing to me. So there's two ways this can go. This can be done discreetly, where you'll be honest with me because, in all truth, I don't care. A favor has been called in, and the situation is being dealt with. Now, if you resist, well, obviously we can't do anything to you. However, the people we're doing a favor with will get your name.
I'll tap him on the shoulder and say, I think we can mess him up pretty good.
No, we were asked to be discreet, so if we were to do anything to him, it'd have to be less obvious, like a drug overdose.
I won't leave any marks. It would be very discreet.
It'd be something along
Especially
the lines of
if we can muffle the
drug overdose, and I pull out something that is not actually dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many wonderful concoctions that can be used if needed. But we won't need that because obviously we're all just having a friendly conversation and you're going to tell us what we need to know without any unpleasantness.
Nuki, so I think there was an intimidation support roll there, so let's have the intimidation support roll first.
I don't know. This is persuasion.
No. You did get not. I'm not talking about you. I think France, did a slight intimidation support roll. Is what I'm implying because he did tap him on the shoulder. Going, we can do things. So I want the intimidation support roll from France, or any other skill if he wasn't actually using intimidation to support your persuasion roll. Okay, he was very good. Oh, taunt. Yes, I like it. Taunt, I like the idea. Yeah, so that gives you a +3 bonus on your persuasion roll. In addition, you're getting a +1 because you picked up on the fact he's lying, to give you a total of +4. If anyone's got the spill the beans card, it's also a good time to play it if you had it. But obviously, with a +4 bonus, you probably won't need it. Basically, he cracks down and admits it. He goes, I know it's all good. Wrong, it's all good. Wrong, it's only meant to be a jape. How were we supposed to know? As you surmised, yeah, basically, these upper class fellows, mostly the sons of, basically second sons, mostly of nobility and stuff, or in the case of the prince, sixth son, I believe. sixth child anyway. Just set up their own little hijinks. Basically, because all of them are sort of lower down the pecking order, they started this little club slash cultist place about the last man on Earth, Zachariah, and they decided as obviously not being the firstborns of their families, of course, they're treated like the backups and the last people in the family. So therefore, that's why they call themselves the Brotherhood of Zachariah. They're the spares. They're the ones who are meant to hang around if all else goes wrong. So they don't have a lot to do. So it's all hijinks. But basically, you can't join the club. You have to be nominated by someone else, and obviously. Stephen here recommended his friend the Prince because he thought it would, there was a bit of cachet and getting some royalty into it. So they grabbed him last night as he was heading down the road, and they bundled him into the Hudson cab and took him back to the place they were renting. That one of their the property above the property is owned by one of the parents of the place, but they have no need for the basement area, so it lets them do what they like down there. So they set it up as a club, and basically they've been doing that for a few weeks now, and obviously you get initiated, and then obviously it's just an excuse for hijinks and all that sort of stuff. However, last night they bundled the Prince in, and they were halfway through their initiation ritual. They're all dressed in the bed linens, and one of them's they've daubed all this nonsense on all the walls, and one of them's standing there wearing a goat's head over his head, and another one's holding a very impressive looking staff that they got made and all that. And the Prince was sitting in the middle of this interesting circle they drew on the ground. They found in some book they bought in Soho, and he describes what he describes as a pentagram. All that, when a bunch of foreign fellows just burst into the place and basically started attacking everyone, grabbed the Prince and legged it.
Excellent work.
As they were running off, they apparently appeared to have grabbed the Prince because the implication being that they were hit. Obviously, the first one came in the door. He seemed to order the others about, and his command that one of them understood, they were speaking Arabic, was grab the chosen of Zachariah, and they grabbed him and bunged him out the door.
Some of these bods speak Arabic. The ones that he's talking to, or
one of them was the son of the British ambassador to the Middle East. It didn't be called that back then, but you know what I mean. To Persia. Sure, where Persia stopped being Persia, if I'm honest.
They didn't take anything else. Staff, the circle, the staff, the goat, nothing else, just the Prince.
Just the Prince. However, obviously speaking, having a member of the royal family, however distant, being kidnapped, the people there realised that was not something they really wanted to be responsible for, the abduction of a prince. Therefore, they did resist, hence the ridiculous amounts of damage that was done to the club last night. They're not entirely sure what happened. Apparently all the lights suddenly went out in there, and then there was this most bestial roaring sound, and then basically most of them were knocked to the floor. However, unfortunately, one of the he actually does use the phrase serving wench, although he seems to be using it ironically. Apparently, was heard to scream out, and then when the lights came back up, the Prince was missing, and the poor serving girl, all they found was sort of one hand and one foot, and a lot of blood and torn clothing.
Wait, okay, I'm confused. So a bunch of people in Arabic, speaking in Arabic, jumped in and grabbed the Prince, and where does the lights going out in this bestial roar fit into this?
He doesn't know. It's to say the lights all went out suddenly, and then there was this bestial roar, and they don't know what happened there. At that point, a lot of them just sort of panicked and ran. But what in the darkness, all they heard was chaos and carnage, and then it appears that something. Based on the injuries, he says 8. One of the serving girls. They didn't say it because it was pitch black.
Okay, but was that before or I'm confused because this is
During the abduction of the Pints, when they started fighting back.
Okay, so when they started fighting back, then the lights went out, bestial roar and stuff like that. So the prince was still in there at the time.
Yes. Persia was 1935, so yeah, ambassador to Persia then.
Okay.
Sounds like Dr. Jekyll turned into Mr. Hyde.
Okay, so
Right.
So there's a break-in. There's a break-in. Then they attempt to prevent his kidnapping. Again, lights go out. Bestial roar.
Girl screams. The lights go back on. The prince is gone. There's a partially in remains of a girl.
And the prince was gone, and the Arabic and did they see them take the prince, or just their Arabic or just or were they gone? Were the Arabic people gone with the prince when the lights came back on, or did they just?
Yes, when the lights came back on, they were all gone, and so was the prince.
All right, who has the staff? Who has the book? We need them.
They were taken.
I already asked you if you said anything else was taken. You said no. Now you're saying they were taken?
He does appear to be a bit flustered, and also the GM was doing something at the time and didn't pick up on possibly what you were asking.
All right. Do you remember the name of? Do you remember the name of the book?
Yeah, I do. Do I know? But does the GM know the name of the book? I'll remember if it's. I think it basically it's literal. The name is obviously in Latin, and it's basically the literal translation is occult symbolology. But the gist of it seems to be a study into occult paraphernalia and circles. It doesn't appear to be an actual occult book. It just seems to be a study. Someone's sort of written something. It's almost written. Although it's named in Latin, you get the impression it's very much like a joke book. It's for people who just want to jape around. You get the impression. You know what I mean? Doing all this weird occult stuff. It's apparently it's sold in some Soho bookshop that's very popular with a certain clientele that has an interest in all things occult, but not in a dark way.
Address.
It's very popular at parties at the moment.
Address
Of the bookshop.
Bookshop.
Oh, he gives you the address.
Okay. The staff. Where did you find it? What did it look like?
Oh, he had it. He had it made.
Okay, so it's not a lineage thing or anything like that.
Oh no! He had it made. He had it made based on an illustration in the book. Supposedly, it's basically based on the staff of Ra or something like that. But he changed it to make it look more impressive.
Okay.
As if the staff of Ra would be unimpressive, right?
Exactly, but that's what I mean. This is what they're.
No, I understand. That's my point.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's what you're going to do to help make up for your foolishness. You're going to let all of your friends who obviously need a purpose, something to focus on. You're going to all give them. They don't do business cards at this time, right?
No, back then.
No, not really.
No. And besides
So
which,
they're all-
they're all upper class. At the end of the day, they're all sport upper class twits. They wouldn't have business cards anyway.
No, I'm asking if business cards were a thing that I would have. So it's like what you're going to do is you're going to tell all of your friends that if they truly need something worthwhile to give them purpose and confidence, and I give him the lodge address, they'll show up there saying that they are being inspected for worthiness or something along those lines. I expect to see you there too.
Okay, and so all of a sudden, I have a premonition that we should go to the St. Catherine docks.
Tatsuya is the one that handed you that note, by the way.
Yeah, Tatsuya gave me a paper that says this. So I think we should go maybe now that we're done with this guy, we should maybe go to the St. Catherine docks.
But I'll let him off with a warning that things are far more interesting, that if he truly has nothing better to do with his life, we can give him purpose
Okay.
and excitement.
Indeed. Obviously, being who they are, they will probably you'll probably they'll probably ultimately count as sort of financial interests and backing, but obviously at the same time they may well be useful from time to time, as it were.
Yep.
Love the character chat interface. It's called. Are you talking about the pop-up icons? Oh, let the bennies flow. Sorry, I hadn't noticed that. Thank God says let the bennies flow. Yeah, it's using, if it's you mean about the pop-up chat icons, it's a Discord overlay that I finally got reworking. It broke a long time ago. So I just seems to have accidentally trashed something, so I'm just setting it back up. But yes, Tatsuya found a piece of paper that basically was probably dropped by one of the abductors, you think? Which is that description you've just got there.
But we'll head back. Yeah, once we're done, we'll get off, catch a ride back to Soho and that bookshop to get a copy of the book.
St. Catherine's docks. Isn't that where we had the encounter with the not a chimera?
No, that was out on the Thames, wasn't it? Itself, that was probably down at the docks. That was on the docks past our bridge, wasn't it? Oh, the chimera. That was in the sewers.
No.
No,
Whenever we found the
something-
ship,
We fought some. Yeah, where I clawed through the wires.
Oh no, that was down. As I say, no, that was down in the sort of the main the dock of the port of London, which is east of Tower Bridge. St. Catherine's
Right.
Dock is
east of Towers Bridge.
East Tower
east.
Bridge.
I thought it was west of Tower Bridge, but it could just be east of Tower Bridge. Oh yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It's only just
Singing
east.
the shit
Yes.
out of it.
Yeah. Yes, you are. No. Yep, you're right. Sorry, you are correct. I'm getting my own
Well, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if it was the St. Catherine docks or the London docks, which were a little further up the river.
The
That's why I
London,
was asking.
the London docks is where you've been before, but St Catherine's Dock, as you say, is actually, yes, I am mistaken, east of Tower Bridge. Given that I've spent many weeks over a few years staring down at St Catherine's Dock from a hotel, literally overlooking it when I was working on the London Marathon, I should know that. Yes. So the answer is no. You haven't been to St Catherine's Docks. Last time you went further east downriver to the London Docks.
Okay, so I guess once we're done with the work, and we'll go ahead and finish it up as quickly as possible at this point. We'll go ahead and head out and see if we can find where our two compatriots went.
Certainly. Eventually the cab turns up at. Eventually, the cab stops, and you find yourself back in Kensington at Lord Lambert. The residence of Lord Lambert. So obviously, he's obviously part of it as well. It obviously wasn't. But anyway, you head back to Soho unless you want to go and interrogate him.
No, there's. Didn't even want to ride the whole way unless that's how long the conversation took.
No, you can hop out before then. Yeah, is what I mean. Yeah, most certainly hop out before.
Hop out, catch a ride back to Soho, stop at that bookstore to get a copy of that book, which I would have wanted the page, if you remembered it, like the page, but what information you remembered out of it, and then meet up with the others. If they're not done, we'll intrude.
Yeah, they can head out having finished. I'll say you finished the stairs. Party sheet. It's, that would be. Yeah. Yep, you got paid. Anyway, so are you all heading down to St Catherine's Dock?
That's the plan.
We'll update them about what's going on with it, what we found.
That's loud today. No, Cole isn't here, so I can leave him on hold. Yep, you update everyone, and you get down to the warehouse on St Catherine's Dock. St Catherine's Dock is a weird, desolate, white sheet of a place. Makes sense when you see it.
Snowing?
No, it's just I don't have any scenery for around it. However, you do see the warehouse ahead of you. Although two of them I did remove the doors, they are now there, so you can see a main set of double doors here. What appear to be two side entrances up here. There might be other entrances, but you might want to scout around. It seems it's quite quiet. We'll say it's early evening. We'll say it's about 8 p.m. So it's not dark yet, but you can wait for a bit if you want to.
But it's getting there.
Tatsuya's going to quietly circle the building just to see what other kind of entrances and so forth there are.
Okay, let me.
I will do so at a distance if necessary.
Certainly. I can't remember. Okay, I think token lock movement isn't on at the moment. By all means, you should be able to just walk around it. I haven't got used to these new icons yet. Still learning what the icons do.
Okay, I'll come back and I'll let everybody know that those appear to be the only entrances, other than potential windows, obviously.
What are you going to do?
Don't. Do we see any windows along the back?
No. No. Unfortunately, it seems to be very dark. You imagine it's quite dark inside. No. Why did it that way for some reason? I don't know why it doubled up on that post, but anyway, there's probably skylights on the roof, but there's probably it'd be quite a drop down from the roof, you reckon?
Yeah.
You can, of
So
course,
try
this thing near the doors and stuff.
there's 3 doors. Let's which door you guys want to go in?
Tatsuya wants to go in through the far doors from where we currently are.
I haven't locked movement, so just position yourself by whichever doors you want to go in through. Obviously, nothing's stopping you going through different sets of doors, or you can all go together. It's really up to you guys.
Oh, look at you trying to split the party.
No, he's encouraging initiative. Initiative.
I'm providing the option for multiple entry at multiple locations simultaneously, possibly providing you a tactical advantage. Or I'm just setting you up to get screwed over. Who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely one of those two.
right. Yeah, exactly.
But I'd leave it to you to decide which way it is.
The
Since we're
self-described evil GM.
Since we're planning to run into trouble, I will hand out odd-looking devices and tell people to attach them at specific points and stuff.
What are you ending out?
Devices for my powers.
Evil magic.
No, it's technology.
Tomato, tomato.
But yeah, I will let the more combat-oriented lead.
Okay, Tatsuya opens the door, steps in.
When I shall lock token movement as you step in. So I'm still setting things up. Problem with these. That's the problem with these randomly generated adventures. You have to make them up as you go along.
I recognize this warehouse.
No, you don't. It's a completely different warehouse. In fact, actually, I tried to rotate it. It all went horribly, horribly wrong, so I had to put it back. Even then, I still managed to somehow lose the line of sight. So what's really annoying is
these warehouses are like 10 a penny back in the old days. They're all the same, all built by Bob.
my Fantasy Grounds is having a.
They're
Oh,
all
there we go.
identical, even though yeah, it's just the same piece of MDF used multiple times.
I'll do that. Ah, yeah, that solves that problem.
I know Bob. Bob's your uncle.
Yep, exactly right.
Okay, so I shall do that. Can I, as you open the door, can I have some notice checks, please?
We see the thugs.
Oh yeah, you see the thugs.
So
This
right
is
there
more
on the
sound
map.
based. This is more sound based. Notice check.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So basically, as you open the door, you hear someone shouting loudly, and you also hear with a definite Arabic sort of tint to his accent, and being responded with someone who sounds rather anguished and definitely has a German tint to his accent, going, "You are the chosen of Zachariah. What power is it that you possess?" And the prince is going, "I have no idea what you're talking about. It's just a drinking cup." And then you hear what sounds like a smack, and he goes, "You shall reveal your power to me. We have need of it." And there's another smack. That's what you hear when the door opens.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird prince sex session. Reveal your power to me.
Okay. This thug here is completely oblivious to the fact you've opened the door. Therefore, I will manually deal in. Hands on hold rather than deal in. I will manually deal in the party for the first go. Depending on what you do, we'll decide. What happens, if that makes sense. Oh look, you got the Joker. Not sure I like the combat carousel.
Well, look at that.
Aldous, you get to go first. We are now in initiative mode. But the bad guys didn't notice you coming in. So your first reaction is to shape change into a wolf. Okay.
The cards don't like me today.
You doing anything else after changing into a wolf?
Do I have the drop?
He hasn't noticed you, so yes, you do.
Well, I thought I moved, but now I don't see my token. Oh,
Sorry, I think
You
as you were
changed it.
moving, I changed it in an attempt to be really rather cool.
yeah.
Okay, you pounce upon. Obviously, pouncing on this guy will activate the others, but obviously they are still surprised for the first round. You get the drop. Pounce on this first thug.
All right. So, but you have to put that on him, right?
Or you could just put a +4 manual modifier, but it's okay.
Okay. So I didn't. So that would be a 12.
It would be yeah, I could one. Well, it'd actually be a 10. It's still a hit with a raise because you. Oh yeah, no, hang on, it would be a 12 because the -2 is factored in. Yeah, it's still a hit with a raise. Go for it.
Grr.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to attempt to soak that really.
I am
Actually,
Aldous. Hear me roar.
oh, you know what? He's got a good enough figure. Let's give it a try.
Ow!
Ow!
I am Aldous. Hear me roar. I would have thought I would have gotten more than an owl, but okay.
It's completely random, the sound effect. I can't have no control over the sound effect. I'm afraid. It just was to make it
I
different.
still think it's funny.
Don't get me wrong, I don't disagree. It's just instead of having obviously for Pathfinder, I'm obviously using the Goblin Wilhelm screen. So for Rippers to make it different, I use a different one. I can't remember what it's called right now, but yeah, he just went ow.
I mean, Aldous has like, turns into a werewolf, jumps up onto the table, and basically rips this guy in two. And
And
I get
shouts
an
out.
ow.
Yeah. Well, it's actually called, the sound effect's actually called man scream, and obviously there's a few in there. So yeah, he just shouts ow. He probably shouts in hell, but it just sounded like ow. That's probably what happened there. Franz, you're up, sir.
Right. I'll go in. Can I see the prince?
Anything you can see, you can
There's-
see. Yeah.
How far away is that bastard?
There is a low wall, but you can see the prince's head over
Too
the low
far
wall.
away. Damn it. What's the range is my smarts, right?
Yeah, but don't forget you can double. You can usually there's modifiers you can use to increase range, isn't there?
Oh,
What power are you looking at? What power are you looking at?
Puppet.
Puppet. Range of smart. So if you look on the modifiers, yeah, range +1, +2, double the range for +1 or triple it for +2. So smarts ×3 for 2 power points.
Yep, I'll do +1 on that.
Then double your smarts range.
And then I'll also fatigue him. No, I'll just do double the range for 6 power points.
Your roll.
You targeted him for me already? Yep.
I did only to check the range for you. Because I'm nice like that.
Here goes nothing. Do I have a puppet in combat? I do not. So this will not.
No, it's just a spellcasting roll because it's not supposed to hit. It's a mind affecting, isn't it? So you just do the arcane roll for the skip for the power. It's not a
Yeah, I
combat
think
roll.
it's opposed spirit though, right?
It is, but you've got to successfully cast it. It's not a case of hitting or missing. The fact he's got cover doesn't affect it because you're just affecting his mind. Pick that roll.
Hang on. One more time. Oh well.
6 to
Six
beat.
then, I guess.
6 to beat with his spirit.
Fucker.
Now, I'm afraid he's obviously quite strong and in his sense of mind and what he wants to achieve.
All right, and then I'll go another 2 inches.
Okay. So Bartholomew.
That worked.
Fine kinetics avoidance device. I like it. So Bartholomew activates his Dyne kinetics avoidance device. Bigger raise, providing everyone with attack -2. Just think it puts it like that. Surely just at attack -2 would have made more. I suppose it just makes it more clear what it's doing, I suppose. And then
Well,
moves.
you have to get the raise for it to do all.
I know. No, I was talking about the effect. I was just commenting on the wording, the text used in the effect. I think I just used attack -2 in Savage Pathfinder. Tom the Chevet. Chevet I should say. Cheesy Tom, basically.
I'm going to head for that door. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, you could have started down by that door for the record. I did give you the option, but you chose not to.
I know,
Because
but
you
I
thought-
didn't know that I could start by that door. I just went there to stick together. Now I'm going to go. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to that door. But I'm going to. That's what
You
I'm
did,
gonna
though, because you were all discussing whether I was being evil and trying to split the party or not.
do. Now we know you were being evil and trying to split the party. See, so now I'm going to split the party.
Actually, I was actually giving you a tactical advantage of being able to hit the warehouse from multiple sides at once. But you didn't trust me, which is good. You should never trust the GM.
Don't ever trust the evil GM.
I mean, don't trust the GM that he's going to. You should be able to trust me that I won't actually unfairly cheat against you. But at the same time, you should trust in the fact that I will obviously play the bad guys to their level of infamy.
Infamy, they've all got it infamy.
Oh, it's a classic line now. It's a classic line. Okay, Tetsuya, you're up, sir.
Are you saying you have it infamous?
Okay, so
See, you have it in.
That was me, by the way, barking.
Okay.
probably, yeah. Tetsuya is going to go ahead and run. I will step to here and give Thug 5 a chop.
Okay. For some reason, I'm just picturing the Pink Panther right now. Although Kato wasn't in the Pink Panther, he first appeared in the Shot in the Dark. That's a hit with a raise. Two wounds. Well, I've got bennies, so I might as well use them. Only rolling twos for it today, have you noticed?
10 vigor is not a bad shot, though. So,
Yeah.
okay. And that is Tatsuya.
Okay. The prince again insists. The prince then again insists that he basically has no idea what this man is talking about or what he wants. He says, really, you just pulled me out of the drinking club I was being initiated into. The bad guys obviously have worked out you're doing stuff now, and Franz gets the Joker. No longer
Well, that's always helpful.
Drop no longer applies.
Let's move to there. Hello?
Ew. Did you move?
Yes, no, maybe.
Sorting stuff out in the background, don't you worry.
Well, I wasn't worried until now. All right, I'm going to try and puppet him again. Bend another 6. Ooh, I'll leave it at that.
Annoying. Very annoying. And one for luck. Yes. It cost me 3 bennies.
Well, that's a fair trade, I reckon. All right. I'm like holding my temple, and I've got a little bit of a nosebleed, and I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Damn it, slut.
And to anyone who's counted, explain the 3 bennies is I spent a benny to try and basically get a Joker so I could hopefully go before you screwed him over. And then 2 bennies to resist. So that was the 3 bennies I had to spend just because I was scared of you puppeting him. But anyway, all good. Are you moving at all? If you haven't already, yes, you did. I accepted it, didn't I? Doing anything else?
No, that's it for me. Weird things going on. I should have 15 PowerPoints, but I didn't get that edge for whatever reason.
Right. Marker number 2. Um, manual -2 on because Tatsuya will get cover.
Damn it.
The gunshot rings out. Oh, sorry, I'll take that back. He didn't need to run. I thought he was down the other end. He's just going to move to there and knife you. Tatsuya. Oh,
I will first strike him.
okay. He doesn't crit fail, but you get to first strike him. Yep.
No, I said I will first strike him. There we go. He runs up my sword.
Oh, he dodges at the last second.
Okay.
Game's gonna have no bennies left soon. Let's get there.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? Yeah. At the end of the day, GM runs out of bennies is always a good thing. Okay. He will get to there. And see anyone when he gets to there? No. No, those are double stacked high crates. He cannot see Franz through the crates. Or anything. Tatsuya. Yeah, this guy swings at you. You comes charging at you. He slides under your sword swipe, flashes at you with his knife, which you dodge to one side. The fight is on. Might not be on for very long. He's downed. Move up the steps to there.
You need to be stopping what you are doing. This is not the right person you are looking for.
Oh, stop.
Over to Aldous.
All right. Well,
Movement.
I'm going to I'm going to go there,
Okay.
and then I'm going to give a very loud intimidating roar, but I don't have intimidation, so I was going to use
And well, they all have
persuasion. Huh?
Thought there were
Yes.
crates in the way.
There's holes
All
in
right,
there
but I
you
left
can run
those
through.
in.
They're
Oh,
not
wolf,
blocking.
man,
They're
look
not
at
blocking line of sight. Therefore, they're just basically there's plenty of gaps to fit
right,
through.
okay.
I'm going to be nice like that.
Just thinking of the first time we went there.
Yeah, but that was a completely different warehouse.
But he's apparently not afraid of me.
Got a Benny, leave a Benny, need a Benny, flow the Bennies. Certainly RNG, he hate me. I
Oh,
shall
well,
flow
then
the
in
Bennies.
that case, I'm going to drop a Benny on my persuasion test.
Don't you have fear as a werewolf?
Not a werewolf. He just turns into a wolf. Completely different.
That's
Besides,
So I
it's,
won my test.
besides, it's a
He's a
waning.
wolf-wearer.
It's a waning gibbous moon. He can't be a werewolf.
He's a wolf wearer.
So I'm going to make this guy
Distracted or vulnerable.
I guess we'll make him distracted.
Okay, distracted. He is.
And then I will end my turn.
Okay. Again, Prince Harald just insists on his complete understanding to understand why he's here. And then thug number 4. Okay. Thug number 4 has decided he's had enough. Opens the door to start running away. And then stops as he sees Tommy running towards him. Okay, Varys is up. Okay, so I think he's going to have to do this. I think he might have to Benny it as well.
Too bad he's
Obviously.
distracted.
That distraction's definitely putting him off. However, there we go. Okay. There is there is illumination in here, but it is only gas lights. But it noticeably sort of, although the lights don't go out. Hello, Longshot. How are you? Although the lights don't go out, it does noticeably get darker in here. It's the
When he
darkness.
summons an ally,
The darkness seems to coalesce. The whole area seems to be dark, and then the darkness seems to flow into this ball of darkness that appears on the ground, and then suddenly the creature moves up. It basically seems to doesn't seem to have any form. It seems to be sort of made of darkness and just sort of gaseous in nature as it sort of moves and flows here and there. But it does, as I say, something has appeared.
where?
As I say, it appears up on the balcony. Summon ally, cost him 3 power points. I need Aldous to make stream drinking a pina colada. I need. Actually, I'm just for ease. I just need everyone to make a fear check at -2 as this ball. Apart from Tom, who's
Apart from me, 'cause
outside.
I'm not in the building.
Yeah. Fear check at -2, or you get to roll on the fright table. There's something very unnatural about this darkness and the way it's moving. But you're all okay. Oh, so Bartholomew fails on a -2. Orders gets an 11. Tatsuya gets a 7. It's waiting on Franz to make his roll.
Flash fear will do it.
/roll space fear.
-2 in the modifier box. Uh-oh!
Oh, I thought it was. Isn't it?
I think you can put it as a modifier. Okie dokie. Franz.
Dumb luck.
Uh-oh. What happens?
Okay, France basically gets France. You get to put a +2 You get to put a +2
Dumb
modifier.
luck. Dumb luck.
Oh, dumb luck! Dumb luck. Yes, good point. Thank you for
What is that?
reminding me.
I guess
Something bad
You
is
can
going to
re-roll
happen.
a crit fail. Something bad's going to happen, but you can still succeed on the roll.
Yeah, dumb luck. Something bad will happen, but you are allowed to re-roll a critical failure.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely want to re-roll that.
Thank you for reminding me. I always forget about the dumb luck.
Are you shitting me?
You can't re-roll the second time, however.
Wow!
2 crits in a row. Wow, that blows.
Okay, you need to put a +2 modifier in your modifier box, and then Franz,
Put a
you get to,
modifier in your modifier box.
and then you get to roll on the fright table.
Oh boy.
Getting a 17, you're shaken and you lose 1 point of reason. That's
Oh,
basically
good
your
job.
mind unhinges slightly.
Luckily, I can treat that.
Oh,
Can I treat that in myself with the alienist?
well, probably, but it's possibly going to be a bit like old healing wounds. You probably have a -1 penalty or trying to heal yourself or something. We'll look it up. You might not actually be able to. Funnily enough, that might be in the rules. Might have to check it.
I think it specifically says others.
Yeah. So you'll have to check it.
This says this hero can heal temporary reason loss in a patient.
I shall look into that one because you won't be able to do it today anyway. But yeah, basically something in your mind snaps, you lose a point of reason, and you are shaken. I do believe
good.
Sir Bartholomew also needs to make a roll on this table with a +2 modifier.
No, I did critically
So
fail.
Bartholomew didn't crit fail though.
No, but he's failed twice. He's rolled a 2 and a 2.
Yeah, I failed, but I didn't roll a critical failure.
Yeah, no,
You still failed.
You still failed.
That's why you're rolling.
A failure on a fear check is a roll on the fright table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're panicked.
Wasn't
basically-
arguing the fear table, was arguing the -2.
And the minus a creature that has a -2 fear modifier gives you a +2 bonus on the fright table. That's where the -2 came from, not the crit fail. It's the fact that
Yeah,
You had-
no, I was thinking maybe he would get something worse.
So Bartholomew instantly moves his full pace plus running die. So you get to roll the running die. So you get to go the full 9 inches, which will put you that way because I don't want you going off the map. You basically go nope and run away.
8 inches.
8 inches,
I
sorry.
have a reduced pace.
No problem at all. Yes, Aldous has some ripper tech. Okay, it's only Aldous who's got ripper tech at the moment, isn't it? Everyone else, you've just got extracts, I believe, haven't you? Yeah. Yeah, only Aldous has got ripper tech at the moment, isn't it? The rest of you have got extracts, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's got muscle
Why is that
reaving.
No, I have some ripper
Retinol
tech
grafting.
on me.
No,
Somebody got something installed.
Franz, was that Franz got some ripper tech? I don't remember.
Yep, I got something with.
Oh yeah, you got the
eyeballs.
retinal graft, didn't you? Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it was just someone was asking who had ripper tech, and I couldn't remember off the top of my head. So I was just okay. The shadow beast disappears into the shadows, as it were. Tom, you're up, sir.
Well, I'm putting the gun out and still running. I'm going to tell this thug to clear off.
Lone Wolf has said the Bennies must flow because of 2 crit fails in a row.
Seems legit.
It's reasonable to me. You're gonna
Is the thug clearing off, or am I have to shoot him?
You'll run away.
Still got my guns pointing at him. I've got both my guns there.
I've forgotten a rule. So long since I run rappers. Oh, for losing a point of reason.
Are you using the new camera view for your stream?
You absolutely not.
So made shaken.
I'm not. I'm not even using. Not even using the combat carousel.
Come back in.
You're no longer panicking, Sir Bartholomew. I did wait to accept your movement, but yeah. Yeah, look, you get to there. There you go. You're getting stuck on the door for some reason.
Range. All right.
I know what I need to. Oh, yes, you're right.
What does he have? Okay. I will calculate the trajectory and then take a shot at him.
I think actually it looks like you just get it now from Repping Psychosis. He didn't gain a psychosis. He'd have to roll really badly on the fright table. Thanks for reminding me to check.
Nail him.
Yes. That would be a 7. So you still get him. You don't get the raise, but it would be because he's got cover. If you're using a nail gun, you entangle him. You don't bind him because of the cover. It reduces that 11 to a 7, but you still do get him with an entangle. You don't fully capture him because, of course, then what happens is the net tumbles as it hits that the barrier there, so it just doesn't get him fully. But he's entangled. Yeah, he curses strongly as the net hits him.
Such a language. You are obviously not a gentleman.
Indeed. And Franz gets to go next.
Right. Did I recover?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing was Franz, you just lost the point of reason. That's all it is. You're basically
I was shaken too.
Yeah, you did recover from being shaken. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but your mind, you felt something slightly give in your mind, and yeah. Fortunately, you didn't suffer any psychosis. Otherwise, we get to have some real fun because you've got Rippertech implanted, and then we get to roll on ripping psychosis tables. That's things when get really interesting, where you decide that the party are the bad guys.
Let me see here. been too successful with that, but what I will do is I am going to pull. Let's try this. I'm going to pull this shelving here
Mhm.
down onto this shelving here, down onto this thug's head.
Okay.
Let me do telekinesis.
Okay, that's a
And I get a
D10.
raise.
That's okay. That gives you D10. So this thug here,
So we just call it a telekinetic bash.
yeah, basically fails to avoid the falling stuff. So hit him with a telekinetic bash. Seems reasonable to me. As you pull the box down, he fails to dodge out of the way. He looks up as the box hits him, doing 12 points of damage to him, which basically incapacitates him.
Ah.
Now that's the
Nice
scream for
squeeze.
being attacked by a werewolf, not ow. But anyway, there
Right?
we go.
Werewolf bit me. Ow, Charlie.
Okay. You don't end your turn yet. There we go. Now you can
I
end your
say,
turn.
old chap, you seem to have nicked my artery.
Right. I'm going to move the toe tracker onto Sir Bartholomew unless Franz is doing anything else. Right, moving on. Sir Bartholomew.
All right. Do. I'll head over. Now there's a bunch of people here. I'll head down this way to like back up.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll move up right next to the F word there.
Okay, that is, let's measure it. Hang on, I got the keys now. That is 3 inches, so they call that 2 inches. So an athletics check. Do that, you can clear that. You don't need to raise to get up there. It's only 2 inches height. With a run up, you can do it with a success. No problem. Yeah, you just jump and land next to the entangled Faris, who probably swears again in Arabic.
It's a wolf trying to eat his butt.
I think we get owl again.
All right, so I need to, I'm sorry. I thought it clicked and I was looking at something else. My bad. I think that's a raise.
Looks like it. It's a hit with a razor. Sound effects say 2 wounds. I've spent all these
2
bennies.
wounds.
Spent all these bennies. That's so annoying. We have to use one of mine. Three wounds. Did you just re-roll to do more damage to me?
I did.
positively mean of you. Hey,
Possibly.
okay. So you basically, yeah, your attack lands on top of the tangled person, basically causing things inside his body to break. So he's taking a -1 dice on agility. Ah, dear. It's just evil. He's taken two of his 3 wounds. Okay, I'm going to move on to Fug number 4. Fug number 4 is running away, so we'll just delete him from the combat tracker. So he runs away into the
Someone
night.
has to shoot him.
Big Faris is going to unshake successfully. Is trapped. He's taken 2 wounds. I think he's very angry, so he's just going to basically blast Aldous with a sphere of darkness. Ball of shadow, I should say. He does. This ball of shadow and darkness flies out through the net without seeming to affect the net at all. And then, but by the time it connects with Aldous, it solidifies. Doing 6 whole points of damage. Okay. He's not going to escape, at which point I think you have just proved to be more dangerous. So I think the Shadow Beast will recoalesce out
Wait,
of the
who's
darkness.
more dangerous?
You are. You're more dangerous.
I'm not dangerous.
So the Shadow Beast appears out of the shadows and basically tears at you. You sense it and dodge out of the way. Ready for the GM because multiples of mumsies too. Thank you, Tank Girl. Tom, you're up, sir. Tom, you're up.
I'm gonna run there.
You're going to run there, diving through the gaps. Because I'm not going to worry too much about that.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna shoot this geezer.
Okay. You miss.
Try and shoot this geezer.
Well, actually, yeah. Medium range. Short range. Cover +4, entangle +2. Yeah, you still miss, apparently. You ran, of course. That's why I can work out how you missed.
Why is it medium cover? Oh, he's got cover, has he? What's he got cover from?
He's on an elevated position.
Is he like 20 feet up in the air? Is he can just?
He's 2 inches above it, and there is a solid wall there. It's a low wall, but it's enough to cover 50% of him, so he has medium cover.
Okay, well that's all right then.
Yeah.
Offhand.
That's 2 misses.
Okay.
There you go. Cat gunny as it's as cat gunny as that as well. Stab you in the back. You sense it at the last second and turn, but the blade still grazes your flesh and cuts your clothing.
But the unshaken thing didn't work.
Okay, we'll report that as a bug then, shall we?
I didn't mean to move. I was playing with the camera.
Absolutely fine.
The zoom thing.
Yeah, the camera. There. See, I'm not impressed. The camera's a bit sort of. It's okay in its 2D-ness, but it's very pretty. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it has much tactical use, especially not as a GM. There we go. Do the Savage Pathfinder bestiary to put them all in with models because I can put Tetsuya on hold if he's AFK.
Sorry, I'm having some mic issues. My
That's
headset's
absolutely
trying to
fine.
die on me.
No, understood.
I had to get the plug, so. Okay, so Tetsuya is going to run again.
Okay.
Get over there and help his puppy friend. Dooby-dooby-doop-doop.
Yeah, I keep getting errors trying to use the buttons on toggle mode, so
And I am going to. What am I going to do? I need to do something here.
the camera mode works okay, but the
No, I think that's all Tatsu is going to be able to get to do. I don't have any ranged weapons, so. And I don't yell so good.
Oops, I didn't mean to move you. Got to put you in first person
Close to
mode.
the bad guys is fine.
There we go. Prince Harold basically see if he can do it here. Oh, yeah, okay. Prince Harold has finally shaken loose of the ropes, jumps up, and screaming, going, "This place is full of mad people!" Let's try that again. Off he runs. Not knowing there is no way down at that end of the building, but that's fine. That brings us to a new round. And thug number one gets the Joker. In a desperate stabbing attempt, he spends 2 actions to stab Tom, missing both times.
better Tom than me.
That gets us to the Prince, who's going to run again. Obviously his pace should actually be he should actually have a pace, but that doesn't matter. I know it's 11 because I can do sums in my head. Happens when you actually haven't statted up the Prince because he doesn't really stats because he's just meant to be just a generica. There we go. And that brings us to the bad guy. The bad guy is not shaken. For some reason, he's got a Benny. I don't know where he got a Benny. Oh, fuck, one of them got a Joker, didn't he? So, of course, he got a Benny for it. Right. I think he's going to have to basically attempt to break free of this net. It's athletics, isn't it? He escapes from the net. Even with his broken agility there, he escapes from the net. No longer entangled. Okay, that brings us down to the Beast of Shadow, which again will attempt to attack Aldous.
No, he won't. Why me?
You're the one who has hurt his master.
The Beast of Shadows is part cat, and cats and dogs, I mean, you know how it goes.
Cats and dogs living together. Yeah.
Indeed, yeah. I was just thinking that. See that.
I've got immunity.
Anyway,
What?
doesn't appear to. A 9
Why,
ball,
yes,
though,
it
won't it?
does.
So I didn't mean to do that. Okay. The creature, the Beast of Shadow, then, as per its name suggests, disappears into the shadows. It's gone.
Pussy.
Okay. Tom is up next.
Hey, can I climb up this little thing?
Yeah, an athletics check. You can. You clamber up onto the barrels and then grab hold of the thing and pull yourself up. Just a straightforward athletics check.
Don't fail.
Land of a pirouette.
Yeah, did targeted, didn't she? So I'm ignoring that. You successfully clamber up.
So there.
Yep. That's 2 inches of movement to get to there. So 3 inches. 1 inch horizontal, 2 inches vertical.
Then guess what I'm going to do?
Well, you're certainly not going to shoot him from here because there's a load of boxes in the way blocking line of sight.
So I could from there I could shoot him, but from here I can't.
Yeah, because these boxes here are blocking the line of sight. From down there, you were shooting him from there, which didn't have line of sight through those boxes. Seems perfectly reasonable to me. If you look, they are stacked very high. There's at least 3 levels of boxes there.
Yeah, but do you have line of sight on them?
I didn't bother putting. I didn't have time to put all the line of sight on the boxes to block stuff, which is why I let you just
No,
run
I'm kidding.
freely for that. Yeah.
I'm joking.
2 wounds. Well, he's got a Benny, so we might as well use it. Soaking 1 of the wounds.
Got a Benny and all.
Hit with a raise. Oh, that's just annoying. That bullet hits the crates. That brings us to Aldous.
Oh, fuck.
Who you well, you didn't target him, did
No, I cleared my target when I was trying to play with thing mode. My bad.
Escape, you missed. He's got a defense of 7. A parry of 7, I should say. Well, you don't want to be all told he's got. Hang on. No, that's not strictly true. What is? Hang on. That's me targeting you by mistake. Sorry. He's got a parry of 5, which means you do hit. Cover doesn't apply to melee.
Okay.
In fact, I don't think cover applies to anyone anymore, so I'm going to turn it off. 5 does hit.
All
All the
right.
damage. That's a shaken.
You know, I feel lucky.
Okay, with the GM's last Benny. Ho, 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 ho. Phew. Bennies. See ya.
Tatsuya is going to step up and give Faris a chop.
Go for it. I think you hit him.
Oh, I know I can hit him better than that.
Wait, it was on a 6 and then went, no, I don't want to be a 6 today.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like, no, I'm not feeling that. Oh, come on. With the raise, I can do better than that. That's 2 dice roll, not 3. Fine. At least I
Can't do
got the
anything
wound
about.
out of
I
it.
can't do it. I can't do anything about that wound because I've got no beddies left. So
Oh, that's right.
it goes down.
And then his summoned beast vanishes, doesn't it?
Not necessarily.
Your Highness, we are here to rescue you from these ruffians. Please return.
I should have got a free stab on you when you moved away, and I missed that. That's my mistake. Franz, over to you, sir.
Right, I'm not seeing any targets. Except for one thuggy over there.
Oh, he'll run
I
away,
still have
believe me.
telekinesis up.
You've still got telekinesis up, so you can.
Far away is he?
You might have to move. You know, you're fine, aren't you? If he's 19 inches, you got a smarts D10.
Yep. I'll just bash him then.
Okay, that if you're just going to bash him, that is grab him, and he gets a chance to resist the being grappled by you. I mean, you don't. I don't think you have to roll anything. I think he just resists it. I'm checking. It might be opposed. I can't remember.
I think it's let me see here.
Say
Bash.
athletics.
Target may
Got
be
it.
bashed into the floor for strength plus d6 damage.
Unwilling targets beings targeting telekinesis resist the caster's arcane skill. Okay, so you make an arcane skill, and I get to resist it with spirit.
At the start of each of their turns. Okay.
So you make an
That's cool.
arcane roll to see how well you grab him, and then I get to resist it with spirit.
Let me target him.
Yeah, unless I roll really well here, I think he's in trouble.
I probably need to move a few inches closer. I'll do that first.
Okay.
And then I will powers. Boy, tonight is not my night.
Pretty much at the end of the session, just as Benny Wise was to let you know. So you know, worry about holding on to them, other than power usage. You happy with a 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Joker bonus. But anyway, he's going to run away, but you don't get to bash. You try to grab him, and he's basically, obviously, he's just too busy panicking.
Slippery little fella.
Leaves last but no means least Sir Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
All right. Is that shadow cat still running around?
You don't know.
Okay.
If once it goes hiding in the shadows, you can't find it until it comes out of the shadows. But there are ways. You remember, you did work them out.
Just I don't remember fighting what there was about these shadow casts before. However, I think I remember. Probably remember. There's 4 other guys. That's 6 points. I got enough. I will do. I will give it another shot. Okay.
Okay.
Friendly. There's one of the devices I touched. The other device I have them attached starts glowing on them.
Right. At which point, this last guy, he will literally just basically shout, "Okay, I'll give up. I'll surrender." And tokens are movements unlocked, and cards are freed up. The prince is relieved by what Tatsua says, and actually does start wandering back. So I have no idea what's going on here. So as I say, yeah. Irrigating the fug is an option if you wish to. Or you can just let him go. What to do?
Is everyone else still?
I'm
I was
shoot
gonna
the
search,
thug. I'm gonna shoot the thug. Is that all right?
let's talk to.
Well,
Yeah, sure.
question him first and then shoot him.
We'll shoot him in the leg.
Okay, I'm gonna aim for his leg. Got him in the leg. He stabbed me, remember? The geezer stabbed me, so I'm not having that. Yeah.
Oh well,
Then we're going to question. So you over here, question time.
So basically, okay, you shoot him in the leg. Okay. Fair enough. Basically, yeah, pretty much like the last bunch of thugs you captured. You know, they were hired by the gentleman just to do the job they were supposed to. Basically, they're supposed to nab this guy from the building in Soho and bring him here. The fact that one of you just started calling him Prince Harold makes the guy start panicking and a bit worried. He had no idea what's going on, but it would appear that it seems that the employer was very interested in the man, because they'd found out about, they'd been hired for a few days back and they'd been watching this place, explaining it, and one of them had got a job inside and explaining all the strange occult rituals that were going on, that each night that someone claiming that, you know, being called the Chosen or Zachariah undergoes some weird occultish witchcraft thing that they didn't understand. The more that there was told to Varsity, the more excited he got in the whole thing, and made up the plan that they would abduct the next Chosen of Zachariah and possibly determine what the power was, and then depending on the level of power that could supernatural power apparently that could be obtained from the Chosen Zachariah, and how to get the power transferred into him, they obviously would be compensated accordingly. But before they could find anything out, you lot turned up and changed it all. From the sound of things, really, it sounds like it's a complete misunderstanding that, you know, the concept of British, you know, sort of upper class society initiations and weird fetishes with, not fetishes, but interest with supernatural things for pure entertainment values was completely misunderstood by this bloke, and who absolutely thought there was some magical power to be obtained, and kidnapped the son, Prince Harold accordingly. But you have rescued him, so that's all well and good. And as we shall leave it today, and Prince Harold will point out that he is in fact, goes, oh, when he finds out it's now Monday, he goes, oh, I was supposed to meet Renita on Saturday night. She will be most put out. There we go. We shall leave it there. Hope you enjoyed that one.
Yeah, for sure.
He has such a way with her, he says. That's a sort of far away look.
Are we going to question this guy or not?
You just did. Whether you let him go or else you will let that occur off screen. He just told you everything as soon as you shot at him.
He's lucky. Run away, boy. I'm just scaring him off then.
Indeed.
Run away. You shot him in the leg. How's he going to run?
Well, he's going to run slowly, yeah.
Very carefully.
But obviously, you return Prince Harold to Clarence house, and obviously everyone is very happy everyone is very happy back in the Ripper Lodge. So congratulations, you've investigated and rescued Prince Harold. However, well, you can't help but feel there's some loose ends somewhere along the line here that need further.
Like that girl got eaten by a monster. Yeah.
Well, that girl got eaten by a monster, yeah. But in fact, actually, it turns out, I will say what it does happen is that as you get back to the lodge, the following morning, there is a tale in the paper. It would appear that a young man who basically bears a striking resemblance to Prince Harold was in fact murdered on Saturday night. Cause of death appears to be severe blood loss. So, other than puncture marks upon the body, no other injuries were discovered. Sounds like you might have a hunt. And of course, any other mission you want to come up with. As always, we can discuss that before next time. But I hope you enjoyed today. Total wigget there, but a bit of card rolling to begin to generate it. I had a lot of fun. So it's a long time I've done pure. I make it up as I go along adventure, other than after big bits of research to begin with. So I had fun myself. So thank you very much, guys. Enjoying.
Nice. Well, thank you very much.
See you all next time.
We'll see you.
Ta-ta.